How well does Pando Moto gear hold up after 1 year? That's what I'm going to be answering in this video. I've had this shirt for over a year now and these leggings for much longer. Usually on YouTube you'll see unboxings and first impressions, but in this video I really wanted to focus on how well this gear has held up after a really long time of owning it, if I still share the same opinions, if I've noticed any differences or changes in the gear. And also for the guys, Pando Moto did send me some really cool gear, the cargo pants and their mesh jacket to try out, so I'm going to be highlighting that at the end of the video, as well as this bodysuit that I've been wanting from Pando Moto for the longest time and the new mesh jacket that they have. So if you're interested in that, then keep watching. When you think of motorcycle gear, this is not the typical silhouette that you think of. It hugs the body and accentuates curves. It's tight but not too tight because the fabric itself stretches. I was almost ready to accept that motorcycle gear just doesn't look feminine. I think the biggest part for me, if I'm being completely honest, is I still want to look good on a motorcycle and be comfortable. I don't know if you guys have any gear that you own that you dread wearing or putting on because it's either not comfortable or just doesn't look good and you still have to wear it because you want to be protected. But for this brand, it's like the best of both worlds. And in my opinion, the gear they make looks and feels really good, and it just looks really cool. And if this is not your style, which is totally understandable, it's a base layer, so you can wear anything on top of this. So you can still express your style and fashion, but stay protected while you're riding your motorcycle. The Shell UH3 shirt and the Skin UH3 leggings are both made from extremely durable, power stretch knitted Ballastex fabric, which is 15 times stronger than steel. The armor is low profile but still giving you that certified AA protection. Because both of these are base layers, they do not have pockets, which is kind of inconvenient if you're just wearing this as is. You're gonna need some sort of bag to hold your personal belongings, but because I have these saddlebags on my bike now, I kind of just throw all of my belongings in there when I'm riding. So I found out a way to make it work for me. And then of course, if you choose to wear these as true base layers and you wear things on top of it that do have pockets, then there you go, problem solved. And this just goes for the base layers and stuff, so the other gear does have pockets. Another thing I noticed about the leggings is the zippers towards the bottom kind of dig into my ankle bone. The solution to this is unzip it a little bit so that it kind of opens around my ankle bone area and fixes that problem. Now I want to talk about durability. Not that I've laid my bike down or crashed in this gear, but I do want to talk about how it's held up, especially with this gear becoming my go-to for every ride and how frequently I wash it. It kind of depends for me. I will wash it because there's maybe some like deodorant or I got a bit of makeup on the top where it's near my neck. But yeah, even after I go for a ride and I sweat and I'm not trying to wash the jacket, I can air it out or just have it hanging and it dries pretty quickly. I'm also going to show some close-up shots of the gear so you can look closely at the seams, the armor pockets, the elastic loops, and I'm going to stretch the fabric out so you can see there's really not much wear at all. It almost looks practically new. There are some spots here and there where it may be snagged or scratched against a surface, but overall, after owning this gear for this long and wearing it so consistently, I'm really impressed. But I will say in terms of fading and discoloration, especially after washes, it has faded a little bit. And maybe this is because it's a thinner fabric and it looks a little shinier, so it doesn't have that brand new look. But as you compare the leggings to the jacket, my leggings look a little more faded, and that's just because I've owned them a lot longer. But that's not really a huge deal, and it does not change the level of protection that you're getting. Pando Moto actually just released a video of them testing out their gear, and they do a full-on crash test with a dummy and everything, so you guys can check that out if you're interested on the protection levels of this gear. And if you are in an accident, they have a lifetime warranty policy, and as long as you document proof that you were wearing the gear in your crash, they'll replace your damaged gear. Now, most of you guys know, if you've been following my channel, that I ride in very hot and humid conditions, and I want to talk about how these leggings and jacket hold up in that type of weather. Now, on the website, Pando Moto prides themselves of having a highly heat-conducting fabric, which means it cools you down, and I have to say that is true. I tend to ride at the hottest hours of the day, and do I sweat? Yes, obviously, it's going to be really hot, but am I excessively sweating or feel like claustrophobic in this? Not at all. Because it's so lightweight, and the fabric in particular, it feels very cooling. And when it's colder, you will feel the cold. But because this is a base layer, you can put things on top of it to keep you warm and still stay protected. So you can put sweaters or jackets, hoodies. I do this a lot with the leggings, layering jeans or cargo pants, and so it adds a bit of warmth for those cooler nights. Now let's get into the size and fit, because that is something that I always struggle with, especially motorcycle gear. I can't seem to find things that really fit me well. Everything that I try is normally too big for me. or too bulky around certain areas and it's uncomfortable. Now for the shirt, I was really surprised that it fit me so well, especially because it's unisex, so it has size ranges for men and women. I got the size extra small. I think for the chest and torso area, it fits absolutely perfectly. The parts around the shoulders and arms have a little bit of room. It's not completely loose, but it does have some room there, so you can see it bunching up a little bit. And that's not really a problem, especially because the armor is going to be sitting in there. And I also have the optional back protector inserted in this as well. So like I mentioned, I got a size extra small, but the size ranges go from extra small to triple XL. And sizes on their website are regularly restocked and inventory updates are really quick. You can actually use their wish list and notification feature to be informed when your sizes become available again. The leggings, I am so shocked these fit. The length especially, that's always a struggle for me, and so these are a little high-waisted. I really like where they sit. They're not too high for me. I don't feel like I'm hiking them up too high on me, and I don't feel like there's any weird gaps in the upper thigh areas, which I tend to notice on some other types of gear. So I got a size extra small in the leggings. I would say when you're trying to find your size in this gear, I would look at the sizing chart on the Pando Moto website. I would size down because for me, normally things tend to be a little bigger on me, and I want something like a base layer or a bodysuit to fit me really snug. Now, the big question is this gear worth the price point? This is considered more of a premium brand, but honestly, a lot of motorcycle gear is just going to be pricey. I do have a discount code that'll give you 10% off. It actually changed from the previous one I had, so it's going to be Ride with Rhea 10. Be sure to add the 10 at the end, just the number 10, Ride with Rhea 10. But because I'm in a partnership with them, they do offer some other sales throughout the year, especially their Black Friday sale seems to be really big. So if you want to know more about that or just stay updated, feel free to follow me on my socials. I usually post about it on my Instagram for any special sales that they're having. So a little disclaimer about the prices. These are as of June 2026. So if you happen to be watching this video a lot later, maybe check their website for more updated prices. The Skin UH3 pants are $330 and the Shell UH shirt is $399. So would I say the armored base layer shirt is worth the price? For me, yes, because I wear it every single time I go out for a ride. I wish I never would have bought any other motorcycle jacket except for this one, because when you think about it, the amount of jackets that I actually own and I've bought since learning how to ride, what is it, 3 or 4 years ago now, it way surpasses the cost of just buying this one time for the one time. You know what I mean? I have like maybe 5 motorcycle jackets that I've gone through and either can't return anymore because it was a blind buy online, or I was just desperate to get something. But yeah, I would have just straight away bought this if I would have known it existed earlier. The base layer leggings, I don't wear those as much as I wear the top, mainly because I really like to switch around the type of pants that I wear, but because you can wear these under anything, I would say they are worth it. These definitely fit me the best out of all the other pants that I've tried from Pando Moto. I have a few, like the Mila cargo pants and the Larica jeans. Again, sizing for me, I always feel like things are slightly big on me. The leggings though, somehow they are so good and perfect size on me, so I would definitely say they're worth it. If I had to choose any sort of pant on their website, I would choose this one or the AAA protection ones. Those are $399, but AAA protection is pretty impressive. And they're just so comfortable, you don't even think about it when you're wearing them. So yeah, I don't know, I feel like pants as a category for motorcycle gear was always especially hard for me to find. It's hard for motorcycle gear brands to guarantee that it'll fit the way that I want it to fit. So I feel like I've really struggled in the pants category, but because these are leggings and can be worn under things, I think it's worth it to get it as a base layer and use it as a base layer. So in my head, that makes a lot more sense, and that's why I feel like it justifies the price. Now, earlier in the video, I mentioned I got some new gear sent to me, some men and women's gear, so I'm gonna go over that. This will be more of a first impressions, and I've been wanting this bodysuit for the longest time. There's 2 different versions actually. So they have the Shell Black 2 bodysuit, which is gonna be that same material as the shirt that I have, and that's for $399. It comes with elbow and shoulder armor with CE level AA protection. But the one that I have is this new BIA Black. They also have it in a gray color. It's for $455, but it is AAA protection, and it has this mesh area at the top, as you can see, so it's kind of a little see-through. I just think it looks so cool, and I got a size extra small in this. The fact that this is a bodysuit, insane. I can't even believe that there's a motorcycle protective bodysuit that's AAA AAA protection. That's wild to me. I also have their stealth black AAA lightweight armored jacket, which I love. I love. The Cordura mesh in the whole chest area and inside the arms gives so much ventilation, so this is the perfect summer jacket. Just the silhouette is way more feminine and fits a lot better than a lot of other mesh jackets that I've tried. It comes with upgraded shoulder and elbow armor. I also have the Apex sneakers, and I have them in size 37. I've actually really wanted some motorcycle specific shoes for a really long time, and I know I wear boots a lot, and they're not even motorcycle specific boots, like they don't have any sort of protection levels. But I don't even want to wear boots all the time. I just have really nothing else, and I want my ankle to be protected. So especially if you're going to get motorcycle shoes or sneakers, I would recommend getting a high top style like these, because ankle protection is really important. And the cool thing about these shoes is they actually come with D30 ankle protectors. So this is overall a really good protective shoe for motorcycle riding. And finally, the very popular men's gear, this Commando UH black mesh jacket. This is highly rated, and for a reason. I think it looks really cool. And don't let these horizontal lines scare you or confuse you. They're meant for you to be putting bags and pouches, because these do not have pockets. But this is also AAA protection, and it has the D3O LP2 CE level 2 armor in the elbows and shoulders, and also you can add a back protector. It has the pocket for it, but the back protector is sold separately. And then we also have the Mark Black AAA cargo style jeans. Again, crazy, AAA protection. You got CE level 1 armor in the hips and the knees. And here are some thoughts and first impressions of someone actually wearing the gear for the first time. Alright, so you can talk about your first impressions. I have the video recording and my mic set up so it should pick up your audio.
Yeah, so these trousers, when I first put them on, they just fit like a glove if they were gloves. Really like them. They're thick. They feel like they're gonna really provide some good protection, and I have good enough movement, which to me is very important. The jacket does not feel like I'm even wearing a jacket.
Wow.
It's so light and airy. I feel like
that mesh material is really cool.
Yeah.
I feel like it's really breathable.
I'm feeling the breeze.
Even just standing here. When I'm riding, it's just like constantly cooling me off. So I think this is gonna be my go-to set.
I want to see the back.
Oh, spin.
Yeah, spin.
I don't have the back protector in right now.
Yeah.
But I will put one in.
Nice. Sweet. And like I mentioned earlier, the back protector is optional and it's sold separately, and we're going to show you how to insert it in this one. And you can't even feel it when you're riding, but it's a good peace of mind to know that you have it there in case you need it for protection. I also want to show you close-ups of the pouch that you can get, and you can attach this vertically or horizontally anywhere you'd like on this jacket. I feel like the more that I grow with this channel, I really want to be intentional with the collaborations that I accept, so that when I make videos about things, it doesn't feel like, oh, she's trying to sell me on this thing or whatever. It's truly because I believe in these brands and products and I wear them or use them every single time I go out for a ride. And yeah, it makes it easier for me to promote a brand that I actually believe in and use regularly. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I hope to continue to wear this gear as long as it'll last me, and maybe down the road I can do like a 5-year review. If any of you guys have this gear and have things that you would like to add from your experience, please feel free to leave them down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.